Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílé lóko ẹ̀yin tí ta rówó lò ẹ kú àtìlẹ́yìn yín ẹ ṣé. Mo fẹ́ ká ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò òwe mẹ́ta kan pẹ̀lú oríkì kan tí mo ṣe àwárí ẹ̀ lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. Ó jẹ́ ohun tí tó sọ mí ní òye tó pọ̀. Mo wá fẹ́ fi fọ́nrán yìí fẹ́ fi ṣe ìdáhùn sí àwọn oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tí mo máa ń rí ní ìgboro tí mo máa ń gbọ́ sétí tá a bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn alálẹ̀ wa, àwọn ènìyàn tí wọ́n ti jà fún wa sẹ́yìn. Mo wá fẹ́ fi fọ́nrán yìí fẹ́ fi dá wọn lóhùn. That is these three proverbs, I want us to answer a question. Let's just go through the three proverbs. Yorùbá ló ti dùn jù. Àkọ́kọ́ sọ pé ìbí ò jù bí bá ṣe bẹ̀rù là bọ́mọ. Ẹ̀sìn yẹn lé ní o. Èkejì, òfin tó mọ́mọ ló mẹ́rú. Ẹ̀kẹta, tí a bá ṣòfin fún ẹrú ká má gbàgbé ọjọ́ tí ó mọ̀mọ́. Òfin mẹ́ta yìí rèé o. Àní òwe mẹ́ta yìí rèé o. Oríkì tó wá gbẹ̀yìn òun ni oríkì Ìbàdàn. Mo ṣẹ̀ gbọ́ ni nígbà tí mo gbọ́ ọgbọ́n mo béèrè ṣe ló nǹkan kan sọ nínú mi nígbà tí mo gbọ́wé yẹn. Mo fẹ́ lè tú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Kí ló òwe náà sọ? Àmì kò ń ṣòwe jàre oríkì Ìbàdàn. Oríkì Ìbàdàn yẹn ní ọmọ Ìbàdàn lógún ó mẹ́rú, ẹrú rẹ̀ náà tún mẹ́rú. Ṣé ń gbọ́? Ọmọ Ìbàdàn ó lọ sójú ogun mẹ́rú, ẹrú rẹ̀ náà tún mẹ́rú. Mo wá ń wò ó, tẹ́rú bá tiẹ̀ máa lọ sójú ogun a ti gbúdọ̀ fún ní bí idà, bí ohun èròjà ogun. Kí ló dé tẹ́rú yìí ò ṣe kọjú sí olówó rẹ̀ kó lóun ó polówó òun? Àbí eléyìí náà tóun ṣayé, eléyìí náà tóun bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbésí ayé òun. Torí láyé ọjọ́ òun wọ́n tó bá ní idà lọ́wọ́ ohun ńlá ni ọ̀rọ̀ idà o. Ohun ńlá ni ó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbésí ayé tó bá fìdá jagun tó fìdá ṣe oríṣiríṣi ó gbowó. Àmọ́ ìbéèrè tí mo fẹ́ dáhùn gangan ni àwọn tí a máa ń sọ wípé tá bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ owó ẹrú àwọn kan máa ní ṣe báwọn bàbá wa náà wọ́n bá wọn kópa ń bẹ̀. And it's really painful. I looked at it. I was asking somebody a question also. Mo bèrè lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ pé tí èèyàn bá déwájú rẹ̀ tó ní tó wá láyé àtàlàáfíà tó wọlé rẹ̀ lóru tó ní òun ó fún ọ ní $10 million àbó òun ó fún ọ lówó ribiribi kó ṣáà jẹ́ kó òun báyàwó rẹ̀ sùn. Kí ló ṣe? Àbí tó bá kó bọ̀dé kó ní kó ta àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ fóun wípé òun fẹ́ san wọ́n dẹrú pé tó bá dẹ̀ tà fún òun máa pa wọ́n òun dẹ̀ sì máa kó wọn lọ. Kí ló ṣe? Ṣé rí pé a ti fi àwọn ènìyàn méjì a ti fi wọ́n lẹ̀ sí àárín tí wọ́n mọ̀ tó fẹ́ ṣe. Many of our ancestors actually just tried to survive. Many of our ancestors, many of our fathers, many of them participated in slavery, but they didn't know what the British was doing with them. In fact, to be sincere with you, many of them just tried to survive. Yes, many of them didn't know what was happening. Many of them had slaves. They never treated slaves like the way the British, the Europeans, the way they treated the slaves. They never did so. In fact, the Bible buttresses that point. Even the Bible that preaches slavery talked about it. He said, when a slave lives with you for 7 years, you should allow the slave to go. Again, the Bible now says, if the slave says, I don't want to go again, no, I love my master, he says you should pierce his ear and put a earring. He becomes the member of the family. What am I saying? Until the British, the Europeans, the white people, until they turned slavery upside down, until they began to treat slaves as animals. In fact, there was no difference between freeborn and a slave. Ṣẹgbẹ́ ẹgbòwe tí mo pa ń sìn yìí bá ṣe bẹ̀rù là bọ́mọ. Ní ọjọ́ òun láyé àwọn bàbá wa kò fi wẹ́lẹ̀ sí yàtọ̀ nínú ẹrú àtọmọ. You know of Jaja of Okpobo. The man was a slave. He was a free slave. He became free and he became a king. You see that? Jaja of He rose from being slave to become a king. So when we are talking of slavery, don't be quick to condemn your ancestors. Don't be quick. Okay, yes, they collected they brought out 20 slaves for 1 mirror. Yes. Many of our ancestors, many of our kings, they made their mistakes. But even our kings do not have absolute power. They do not have absolute power. In fact, as a matter of fact, they had shared power. And as extreme as many of them could be, there was a limit to their power. They did not even treat slaves like many of the British. Our ancestors did not put chain into their mouth, do not lock up their mouth, do not castrate them, do not perform all manner of evil on slaves. No, in fact, there was a restriction if you killed your slave. I think the Bible also explains that there was a restriction. If you kill your slave, there are punishments. That is to tell you how human life was important to us, regardless of if you are slave or not. There was the ẹrú, the ìwọ̀fà, àtọmọ. Tẹ́ bá wo àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yìí láyé ijọ́hun kò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ lè sí yàtọ̀. Gbogbo wọn ló ń jẹun àjẹyó, àjẹfẹ́ẹ̀kú. Ẹrú pàápàá sì máa jẹun jọmọ lọ. Torí kí ni ẹrú ni ó ṣiṣẹ́ tó pọ̀ jù. Ẹrú á máa dán láwọ̀, á máa gbégbé ayé tó sunwọ̀n. Kò rí bó ṣe rí. Nígbà tí ẹ bá wá rí, when you hear of slavery, you begin to your ancestors did not create dungeon and put church above it, and did not put all of them inside one drum and lock them up. No, our ancestors did not do that. Whenever you are talking of your ancestors, please show some respect. Many of them only try to survive. In fact, their wealth are being transferred to many of the elites we have today. Yes, I agree that many of the elites, they are the reason they are the reason for why we are where we are today. In fact, largely the poverty in the land has to do more with the elite. Yes, they are responsible. Most of them are responsible for many of the poverty we have in the land. Agreed. However, many of them where they got their wealth from through their fathers. If you go and trace, I think there was a research that says those that corrupted Africa, those elites that traded with the Europeans and that got their wealth through evil means are those that have transferred their wealth to the current elite. You see that? So there were those that traded with the Europeans, and now they've stolen the wealth of the people and they've given it to their children. And we have them. I sang about them in my song Marolo Remix. At some point I was thinking about it and said, with the things and the way these people got their wealth, it is the wealth of the people in their hand. And I shouldn't have sang about it. And on another side, I looked at it. This wealth, how they got it was, look at it, yes, many of them because of greediness, but at the same time, many of them got their wealth, they didn't have any choice. Many of them had to sell their father's land, their father's children. Many of them had to do all manner of evil to get that money. Yes, many of them didn't have a choice. Many of them only survived. They only did that because if they did not do that, what happens? They might be killed. And in so doing, they became more greedy. They became greedy. They became something else. Yes. They are victims to today. Those wealthy people you see today, they are victims. Many of them do not even have peace of mind. The way they are victim is also the way we are victim. Meaning their victimhood is different from our own victimhood. You see that? They are also victim, we are victim. But the victimhood is different. Eventually, the Western people, the people benefiting from our misery in this land, will never see us prosper, will never see us grow and develop well, will never see us poverty free. So what would they do? They would rather have an elite, a group of people who they will enrich at the expense of others, and that's why we have those elites today. So what are we saying? We are all victims. When you see the rich man, you don't need to get angry. Yes, he might have gotten his wealth by stealing from the land, but we have to cooperate with them. We have to open up such that the elite can have free mind to come together to work with the masses and make the land, the people of Africa, great again. In a nutshell, please stop condemning your ancestors. So sorry. Please stop doing that. You were not there when what happened. The history that you read today was written by the Europeans, and they have to paint themselves good and paint our ancestors bad. Jaja of Opobo stood against the British rule. Did he not trade with them? He didn't trade with them. And he did what? He flourished until he was also deceived again. He was deceived because they called him for an agreement, a treaty on a ship. And because of that, and it just came, and he was arrested and he was repaid. Oh, so many things happened. But that man was a great man indeed. So please and please let this inspire you today. Please and please share this video. I need your thoughts. I need your comments, I need your likes, I need your share. Let it go viral. Stop condemning your ancestors. Thank you so much.